Everyone, jeez, you son of a bitch. uh, hey everyone, welcome to our live New Year's Eve show. I'm Mike Ferrer, and I'm joined by Matt Brown, Anthony Simpson, LB Bryant, and Lydia Rivers.
Hello.
Evening, everybody.
Hello.
And as you can tell, Matt already set the tone for the night.
Oh, is this live?
It's live.
Oh, fuck.
So
Yeah, we're live. I'm trying to fix it later.
We braved everything from technical difficulties to everything else, so we are here live and talking nerdy to everybody.
Now it's live. Show my tits. Sorry, I'm going to stop now.
That's good.
Oh, man. Anyway, tonight's going to be a pretty laid-back night. I'm not going to lie. We're here. We're enjoying the evening. It's just us doing a lot of general bull crap talking. So we have a few broad strokes topics, but otherwise it's going to be pretty free-flowing.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Lydia.
It's going to be a good night.
It is.
Keep telling yourself that.
Hey, someone has to be the optimist one in this group of bitter cynics. Well, I guess I would be a bitter optimist. I'm not really immune to the bitterness either.
I'm a non-bitter cynic. So
oh, you are?
There.
I'm more of a realist, but
we're so diverse. I had no idea.
So some of us are bullshit, and some of us are bullshit, and some of us are bullshit.
Well, that's,
I guess
birds
that
of
counts.
a feather.
Covers everything.
Something has to tie us together, right?
This is
so how is everybody?
Going good. How about you, Lydia?
I think I'm doing okay today. This past year has been just, I'm not the only one, right? It's been, wow.
Yeah, it's been a year for sure.
Yeah.
On so many different
levels. Let's not talk about the year at the end of the year. I mean, are you crazy?
Yes. Mostly. Sometimes. Occasionally. That's what the other me's say, anyway.
I live in my own fantasy world, but it's okay. Everyone likes me here.
My blog is called Planet Bork, okay? It's a different planet, if that gives you any idea.
Is it a different planet?
Well, yes. It actually is. In my head. Do you want land there? I could do that since it's my planet.
Do you have any rocket ships available that I can take to get there?
Sure. Do you want it to be a rocket drive or ion drive?
Ion drive, because I think
do you have any ships that I could take somewhere else, far away?
Portals, maybe?
Do we have anything to Mars so I become the emperor of that?
You want to be the emperor of Mars? Won't the natives be angry?
Well, no, I'd be benevolent, and they would learn to like me, and then I can help them take over Earth.
We've been down this road before. I don't know.
Who wants to live on Mars?
I want to be like the Nox, from Stargate.
Yes.
Those people.
Love the Nox.
Yes. Those benevolent people who learn to live with both technology. I know. Oh, I'm so in love with them.
They're so gentle and they're so Jewish.
No
No,
comment.
seriously. Like they have everything. They have control over their entire environment, and well, that's the qualifier, isn't it? No, I'm losing ground here.
It's okay. We'll catch you at the bottom.
But
Man, it's been a year though. I mean, even up to the point that we started, this stuff's been happening. Like we just found out that in their eternal brilliance, Netflix will not be offering Violet Evergarden as a simulcast in the USA,
What?
despite it being available in something like 35 regions across the globe now.
Yeah, I can see that that's going to be could cause a bit of a shitstorm with some people.
If that's the tone we're gonna have for 2018, then I'm gonna just hunker down for the next 12 months.
Did you guys see Sarah Scribble's cartoon
Yes.
by any chance? Yeah. That is me. That is so me.
I hear that one.
Yeah. Raise them up. Guard your face from 2018, people. Fight back.
so what's the deal with the Netflix show? Is Netflix the only buyer, as it were?
Netflix funded the show.
They funded
And
the
they
show.
decided not to put it here.
Yep. Basically, it's going to be simulcast on Netflix in over 35 regions, including the UK and Canada. The US, we're going to get in spring 2018 as just a binge list.
Because that's how they've been doing things for a while.
Yep.
So
I will say one thing.
so it's
I hope to God. I mean, I know this is a bit of a stretch. I don't know if I call it exactly the same anime. I hope to God this turns out better than Neo Yokio did. That's not a hard bar to do, though.
That's not hard to do. I mean, Neo Yokio is
what do you have
basically,
against Total?
it's basically the fever dream of a madman.
That was a crime against humanity.
You don't deserve this, Toblerone.
No, you guys don't understand what a gift it was to my diff list.
I can see it, bitch.
It's chocolate and it's triangle. Who doesn't like either of those things?
Oh man, I mean that. I still laugh when trying to explain Neo Yokio to people just because it's so awful.
You know, this is something. I don't want to think any about more of this show than I have to. I think if this show would have come out, like, circa, say, 2001, 2002, like an Adult Swim, I think it would have worked then. Not now. I mean, it's still terrible, but...
Oh my god!
Actually, that would have fit. No, actually, I think it would have fit in perfectly with Adult Swim and what they were, what they were trying to do.
Oh my god! This is the sequel to Perfect Hair Forever.
Oh Lord!
I've never seen it. Never seen it.
What
Be glad.
was Adult Swim airing in 2001 and 2002?
What was you cut out?
Oh God, see pictures of it. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. No, it just feels like something that would air on there when they were doing that, sort of that experimental stuff. That's what it feels like. At least from what little I want to try to remember of it, which is, not much.
I hope and it's one of those things that I hope he learned a lot, right? It's good to see people experiment, and it's good to see people take that risk.
Oh
I
yeah.
can admire that. But on the other hand, like it's it's really confusing for people when they ask about it and my face just lights up. They're like, "Oh, this is going to be good. She really likes this show." And then I start telling them how awful it is, just with this blissed out look on my face. And they get so confused.
Oh, I show this is a bad anime night show, and people were laughing their asses off at it just because it's so awful. I mean, the room couldn't even keep it together the moment that he tried picking out suits while blindfolded. And the robot just standing there saying, "It's amazing how you can pick out the perfect suit with a blindfold on."
What?
Dear.
Yeah, I don't drink, but that show almost drove me to go back to hit the bottle again.
And this is why the idea that America is a classless society is bullcrap.
It is.
Because that must be a trait that kid values in order to put it as it is his hero.
It's Jane Saxon Smith. He's obviously got his thoughts aren't always the.
Well,
I mean, this is a guy who said about babies being really smart. So I mean, I'm sure it's been our first clue of how the show is going to turn out.
well, you know the old saying. Some people work hard for their fame. Others have it given to them on their 16th birthday by their father, Will Smith.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to knock Will Smith because I like Will Smith, but
the thing is, Will Smith has talent.
yeah, and he worked hard. Although he admits to himself he doesn't look as Fresh Prince stuff because he sees it as horrible, which that's understandable. I mean,
talent is cultivated, it's not just innate. So maybe Jaden Smith will evolve from this. But for now,
it's possible. But
thank you for
if I'm shaking
your
my imaginary,
generous contribution to my sarcastic gifs.
well, if I shake my imaginary 8-ball here, it gives me a message just saying all signs pointing to no. Maybe he will get better. I mean, maybe when he gets older, he'll become a better actor. And if he does, well, you know what? Then he does. I'll eat crow for that. But if he doesn't, then he doesn't.
Even if he develops an eye for other talent and productions, and then becomes a good producer or something, that'd be good.
Yeah, or a good talent agent. I mean,
yeah, evolve the American animated weekly animated market. That'd be nice.
But yeah, hopefully we never get any more episodes of New Yokio because I never want to hear it again.
I thank them for what they gave us, just because it gave us a lot of great meme-worthy stuff. But I just hope they don't use that as a signal to say, "Let's make more of this."
Yeah, I mean, because I know Netflix is already pouring a lot of money into these new original projects.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know even if of course, that doesn't mean everything's going to be top tier stuff. I mean, nobody bats 1,000. That's just why I'm hoping this. I don't even remember the name of the show that we're talking about. That's not streaming in the United States yet until spring. I hope it turns out well for him and does good.
Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, Violet Evergarden.
I don't know why. Like, why? What's their decision making process in that?
Well, because it's
Chief.
My guess is because that's what they're known for here in the United States is their binge stuff. So. People might seem that it's odd that they all just thought, oh, guess what? Now it's weekly now on some things. People might be confused with that because they're just known for, here's all the seasons of this show. Here's all that.
Is there anything else that's launching before that they don't want to distract from or something? Like, is that why they're staggering their releases?
No, they're just waiting until it's all dubbed usually.
Which again, which is what they also do too.
I mean, my guess is that they don't want to, quote unquote, kowtow to Netflix's demands to not not do whatever the Japanese licensor wants to do at every freaking moment.
Oh, do they change those instructions while it's airing?
It's happened.
Mhm.
Wow. Oh wait, yeah, oh gosh. That one that they censored.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really weird cases of unusual censorship and stuff like that comes through.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, it works for them this way because then you get it out there. Dub's already out for it.
Right. It's just at this point, it's like a lot of that initial hype's just gonna die though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess also because we kind of been spoiled now because obviously with Funimation doing their simul dubbing, that does kind of spoil some of us.
and
Getting stuff that you're only getting stuff a couple weeks. Most cases.
Yeah, and not only that. Sorry, go ahead.
Right after the Japanese episodes, there's mind you, they're a couple weeks behind. So if you're finishing, it's going to go in the next season. But, I mean, some of us obviously get spoiled with that, like I have. Although I remember when Netflix did that with My Sidonia, and it worked out fine.
Mm-hmm.
It is easy to forget that not everything is for anime fans, I guess. But I mean, that's your main market, I guess, when you produce anime. So I don't know.
Yeah, in a case like this, honestly, I'm not going to mince words. This show is going to be seen in the US, and it's not going to be through Netflix. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be It's going to be through the high seas and not referring to the Atlantic or the Pacific.
Exactly. I mean, going back to Little Witch Academia, people in the US were watching it. I know that because I saw the gifs coming from people watching it. It wasn't on Netflix. I know exactly where they got it. We all do.
Yeah.
But who knows? It might be that Amazon offers them the perfect exclusive deal, and it'll only show up on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then when it does show up, it'll be weeks late, and then no subtitles, and
it will only show up on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm so bitter about them.
But High Dive now seems to have gotten some stuff for next season, so I'm kind of hoping maybe.
Yeah, High Dive seems to be getting some scraps now, which is interesting.
Yeah, and I've subscribed to them, but I might actually watch stuff on them this season that usually because I don't always watch a lot of stuff Sentai licenses, especially if it ends up on Anime Strike, which then that's just I'm not watching it because I'm not gonna. I refuse to give Strike money, and plus I refuse to go alternative routes to get those shows. So
I'm in a situation where I also don't care who has it. I just don't have the time to spend money on a third platform.
Yeah, because I already got. Netflix is mostly for stuff other than anime. Anime just happens to be on there. But with Crunchyroll and Funimation, the ones that I mainly subscribe to. I just don't like. Oh, now High Dive. Now I have High Dive. Now
I have Netflix, High Dive, Hulu. I do have Amazon Prime for things other than anime, obviously, and Funimation. So that's 5. Am I missing anybody?
Crunchyroll,
the biggest one. So that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't watch dubs very much anymore, so now that Crunchy's library and Funny's library are kind of merged for the subtitled stuff, I might drop Funimation.
I'm saying the exact same thing, to be honest, because I really don't watch a lot of dubs because it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I would gladly pay for High Dive if they had an app so I could watch it on my television rather than on my computer screen.
Well, they just have I know they have the mobile apps, and they are working on. I know they're working on apps for I think Apple TV, and I know Roku. They're working on something. Once
they get the Roku app out, I will subscribe to High Dive.
Once they get the PS4 app, whenever that is, I'll subscribe.
Speaking of apps, I'm hoping that Crunchyroll gets on the Switch soon, because while the PS4 app works, I'm not a fan of how long it takes for the system to start up if I'm just going to be watching 1 or 2 episodes of a show, you know?
I was having so much trouble with the Crunchyroll app just a couple of days ago when my wife and I were rewatching Skip Beat over the holidays, and yeah, we were having so much trouble with episodes freezing up. It was so frustrating.
I've had that.
I just primarily, if I'm going to be doing like any type of anime watcher, I just use my Roku for that stuff.
I would, but the problem is the Roku TV. I have a Roku TV in my bedroom, which just saves some space. For some reason, Crunchyroll breaks the Roku TV.
I don't have a Roku TV. I just have like the
box.
Yeah, and that's fine for me. I mean,
the Crunchy app on Roku does take forever to load.
And
for me too.
Yeah, for me, it was actually hitting a point where I could not watch anything. Like, it would go into a progress bar, blink, and exit. And I'm just sitting there like, I thought something was broken. It's like, oh no, it just broke the Roku TV. I'm like, oh great.
I feel like their traffic issues improved over the past year, definitely, but it's still not perfect.
They are getting better.
But it was much better than watching on Funimation's interface, which is just stuck in 2003.
Yep.
Still.
Here's hoping that Sony's back and can get them to modernize their stuff.
Well, I know they have been working on their new platform, so
have they? Excellent. I'm so happy to hear that.
I mean, I know they're still having some. I know some bugs are still working out, but.
Well, if they don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Jesus, Mike, the more you make me remember that show.
Oh, come on.
Do you really want me to go start hitting the bottle in this podcast when we're live?
I'm going to storm off on my robot.
Do you want me to go up there to Rhode Island, Mike, and fight you?
I'd rather not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd beat you.
Oh yeah, you would beat my ass. You kidding me?
I think the big Toblerone tonight is going to go to whoever is not talking about random tech problems.
That would be you can't set the rules in your favor after the fact, Matt Senpai. I know you really like Toblerones, but that's not fair.
I mean, can't I?
No.
And I've never had a Toblerone, to be honest.
You haven't?
I've had it a few times. They're tasty.
I'm going to send you a Toblerone. Whether or not you deserve it is not for me to judge.
Can you also send me a non-tech topic for tonight?
Yes.
Okay, well, Well, winter season is getting ready to start pretty soon. Some of the shows start in a few days. What are we looking forward to next season?
You guys already know my answer.
Gintama.
Yes. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god.
I can't believe it's over.
Sorachi
Is it like really, really over? Like, they are absolutely serious this time?
Yeah, manga creators finishing up.
It's already done.
Yeah.
The manga's already done.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I agree. I agree with the decision to end it. It was time, it's been for 10 years. This is not One Piece.
Or just keeps going and going and going.
And
hence why I'll never watch it.
I really care about Sorachi Sensei, and he really doesn't need to kill himself meeting weekly deadlines year after year. So
let him do another project.
Yeah, maybe this time monthly. Gosh, don't hurt yourself.
I know. I mean, don't kill yourself, man. Let's see.
I mean, monthly sounds like retirement.
It's fine.
It,
It's,
but it. I mean, you have to remember, Kosuke Fujishima did monthlies for the majority of his career.
I mean, true. I guess. Yeah, and I don't know. Who's the other super long running guy? Matsumoto Leiji.
Hmm.
I don't know how long he did the same thing, but he did the same thing over and over again, and I guess that's what kept him
Same thing
alive.
over and over again. You kidding me?
Yes. I mean, I meant up until now he did the same thing. I'm not saying he's not going to continue it.
Right. Let's see. For me, I'm looking forward to a couple shows. Although apparently Violet Evergarden's going to wait until spring now, so I'm going to knock that off the chart.
yeah.
Whoa.
So which one are we going to be talking about weekly?
What was our number one choice on
I mean,
that? Let me
I
check.
don't remember.
Let me check here. We are going to be
So we have-
doing.
Because we had a couple ties.
Let's see.
We rolled for it though.
Yeah, let's see. I'm pulling up now. So if you guys want to put in some filler, I'll look this up real quick.
Well, one show, while Mike's doing that, one show I was happy that did not get picked up by Strike was Gakuen Babysitters. Now, I don't think this is going to be show of the season, but I was looking forward to that one. I'm like, yes, Crunchyroll got it. I'm like, I don't have to suffer what could have been.
They picked up the one that I was looking forward to, the new air of the season. Aphasia is kicking my butt right now, so I can't remember the title for you guys. But that's partly why I'm always salty about them.
I'm actually also really looking forward to Gakuen Babysitters. I think
Yeah, I know.
it's gonna be really cute.
Yeah, well, I know we both voted for it for the weekly for the weekly chat.
All right, here we are. We had three ties. We had Kokoku, Gakuen Babysitters, and Darling and the Frenex. And it looks like we end up going random number generator to choose which one. Number one was Kokoku. Then about an hour later, we learned that it was on Anime Strike.
That's the one.
Number two was Gakuen Babysitters. So that one is on Crunchyroll, so that'll be our secondary against Ancient Magus Bride.
Okay.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Here's hoping we don't end up with another case slayer like Saren or Classroom Elite where we just cry all week.
Speaking of Classroom of the Elite.
No, why?
Uh-oh.
Really?
Speaking of that, what do you guys think was your worst show of the year? That's my worst for regular. Well, no, the absolute worst was Neo Yokio, but that's not really anime, so
It counts.
okay. Well, then that would be that. Even though I only saw 7 minutes of it, so
It counts.
But
It was.
I liked Neo Yokio better, even though it was worse than
Yeah.
Classroom of the
yeah,
Elite.
Classroom of the Elite I hated because it was
So-
terrible and.
Let's define what worst means first.
Well, let's put it this way: what upset you the most?
Uh,
The Classroom of the Elite upset me, although I had something I watched yesterday that even pissed me off even more.
Oh man, Classroom Elite was a show that had no business being as pretty as it was.
Yeah, I mean there was potential. It just kind of squandered it.
But the problem is, every time they had something that was remotely interesting, they walked it back the very next episode.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a hard choice between that and Saren. I mean, with Saren, I still can't get that one image out of my mind that just made me recoil in horror.
Saren was just kind of like
Creepy.
bland in my opinion. Well, I was just kind of bland. I mean, there were some good things, and then there was some stupid shit like that.
Saren was a parade of fetishes, really.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what,
It
the
was
one
just
the one that bothered me was the one where
softcore.
what the hell was it? Oh, the one where they made it was like the homophobic joke they made. I hated that.
I remember.
I hated everything.
Yeah, I remember saying, "I'm done." The moment that it cut to,
The lowly.
Oh
The
yeah,
lowly
the girl
imagery.
pissed herself because I should have been done then because like body like fluid jokes I pretty much just hate. But
I think the caption for that one was even, "I don't want to live on this planet anymore."
Yeah.
I say that at work now every day, but for different reasons. But yeah, Saber was. Wait, was Saber in this year or was that last year?
I don't remember.
That was
It doesn't matter. It was
that was this year. That was spring.
Yeah.
January. Was it spring?
It ran against.
Oh yeah, because we switched with the vast. Yeah, that's right. Because we switched with the vastly better show known as Kobayashi's or Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
Because we were doing both at once, and we just kind of said, "All right, you know what? None of us is liking Sarah, and let's just go with Kobayashi."
Yeah. No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I watched yesterday. Which
I mean,
What, LB?
I was just saying that Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid is still my series of the year. I love that show.
It was
good.
adorable.
We'll get into that in a bit. So I'm going to talk about the show that pissed me off more than Saber and more than Classroom the Elite. So it was a show that did not actually get licensed by anybody for a very good reason. Called, and I'm going to butcher this title. It's called Skirt no Nakawak Kademono Deshito.
Is that the one that was basically Gay Panic, the anime?
I wouldn't say this was Gay Panic. This one basically starts with. Now, the only thing that was about this one I'll say was a positive that at least happening. It was college students, not so it was adults. So this girl goes to this mixer, and she sees this other girl, and she goes back to her apartment. They start kissing, realizes it's a dude because she looks down, and basically he has a huge erection, and then he sexually assaults her. Then it spends the whole rest of the next few episodes him trying to apologize and make up to her. And then, of course, her going, well, he's a moral person, even though he does some bad things. No, he's not a moral sweetheart. He sexually assaulted you. He's a scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, then it gets worse because then he says, I like you. And she then just goes, okay. She like wipes her hands the fact that he sexually assaulted her. And then she falls in love with him. And I got done and I wanted to punch a small animal in the face because it just made me rage. It looked terrible. And it was like one pixelated genitalia away from just being straight up hentai. And I hated it.
I mean, on a related note, how can anybody look at Rurouni Kenshin the same after what happened?
My God.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And that was just, oh my God.
Well,
It's
LB,
like, and am I supposed to feel guilty about any positive feelings I had about Kaoru, because who the hell knows what feelings the mangaka had about her.
no. If you don't share those feelings, don't feel guilty.
Yeah, that's a show where that's a series where I just can't look at the same anymore. I mean, that was just like, dear God, that's horrifying. Like, I actually read through that deposition. It was, ugh. That guy is.
He's
ugh.
out.
I don't know. There have been a lot of. Can I swear on air?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
There have been a lot of sons
Yes.
of bitches out there who have created good things.
Uh,
And just because they're a son of a bitch doesn't mean that their past work that are good is somehow tainted. They're the ones that are tainted. If they happen to have created something good that has contributed good to people's lives, like Rurouni Kenshin have, I don't think that that's necessarily tainted. I don't think people need to feel guilty about that. However,
Well, I mean,
if the dude
go ahead,
ever
go.
does anything again, I'm certainly not going to do anything that will give him money, including
The
reading
thing
his
is-
stuff.
The thing is, what on a related note, how would you evaluate Kevin Spacey right now? I mean,
mm.
I think it's fair to say that he has contributed a lot to the film canon of our lives, and yet, here we are.
Or even another person, Harvey Weinstein, Dustin Hoffman of his allegations. Now this one guy I don't want to really mention him because he's on the same. I see him on the same side, but obviously he wasn't that great in person. Al Franken.
I don't know. As someone who's suffered through sexual harassment myself, I suffered to get work done, and I valued that work enough to stick with it despite the fact that I've been sexually harassed. And if somebody throws out the work that I did despite that suffering and effort, then that would make me sad. I'm happy that these people are exposed and getting, their justice for the things that they've put other human beings through. But and I don't know if other women feel the same. I can't speak for any other woman besides myself, but that's how I would feel. So, I don't know. I'm sorry to have
it's obviously a discussion we have to have. I mean, obviously we've had kind of a. Well, I want to say we're kind of, at least here in the United States, it's kind of on that. We're kind of on that watershed moment where maybe we could but we're kind of with the Me Too campaign. And well, I'd say people getting their just desserts, but we still have we have one person who has a very significant amount of power right now.
I would rather
who admitted on the tape to grab a woman in a certain place. I'm not going to repeat.
Excuse me, Anthony. Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I would really rather not talk about him right now.
Okay, I'll stop then.
Can we avoid that, please? Thank you.
All right,
my poor blood pressure.
All right, well, on to a different topic. So we
I'm
go off
happy
that
to
topic
not
something
try to
else.
silence a woman in this moment.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Yeah.
So on a
I would
different
just
topic,
make things escalate out of control for me anyway.
So on a different topic, on the flip side, what did we think was our best show of the season or best show of the year? Sorry,
Gintama. No, actually, it wasn't.
Namaka.
Namaka. Oh my god.
Good series. So it's hard. I was going through and trying to pick a top 5 a couple of days ago, and I was having a really hard time with it beyond like numbers 1 and 2 because I wasn't sure what ones I really wanted to include on the list.
Yeah, it was tough for me because I think there were definitely not great shows this year, like there is every year. But there just was a lot of really good titles this year, so I had trouble too picking my top ones. Like some of the ones I really enjoyed, which are Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. That's up there for my one of my top shows. Another one was Sukagareki. That was great. That was very emotional. Suderi Children was funny for being a short because usually sometimes I don't find shorts series funny. That one I enjoyed. Trying to think what some others I would put up there.
Don't forget about the Royal Tutor. I think we all had a lot of fun with that.
I enjoyed it. I won. I don't know if I would say it was my top 5, but yeah, that definitely was a good one.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. It goes on my top 5, but I can understand if it's not going on yours.
I have to. You know what? Hold on here. It's just there's been so many. I'm trying to think some other ones I would.
Did Kato air this year?
Which one?
Kato.
Yeah, because I'm the one that seemed to like it.
That is one of the ones that was. It made me angry, like artistically instead of like politically and socially. I think if we cut out the ones that I've seen that were lolly or rapey, yeah, that would be the one. because it sucked you in for 8 episodes and then tanked so hard.
I
was-
don't know. I thought it was good start to finish. I mean,
Like someone drove a plane into the ground.
My wife wanted to know why I wasn't mentioning Ancient Magus Bride as a series of the year contender. But I choose to wait until the series is over to qualify it.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't put it up there, because I don't want to be like, yeah, it was great, and then like the second half shits the bed and it's terrible. Then I'd be like, well, look how that turned out to be.
Yeah,
I'm happy to withhold judgment on that one too, because even though, I mean, I think I've shared all of my reservations about how slow the show is going, and how I mean, I don't want to call it reluctance on the part of the plotters to keep things going, but
It feels like it's towing genres to be genre lines. It's like fantasy, the slice of life, and then it's
it's I think it has. I think it's having trouble deciding what it is. Like, there's a couple of threads with the Cartophilius or whatever. That seems to be a very real and mortal threat, and yet most of the first season doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah, it's basically the first season. While I greatly enjoyed it, it did seem to meander and kind of go aimlessly at points. I mean, yeah, they did a lot of character building, but at the same time, there was also a lot of, well, there were points where you're just kind of saying, okay, get on with it, you know?
I know. And well, I'll say this too. If all of this stalling, and I'll call it at the moment, doesn't bear fruit later, in the sense that like Chise needed this time in absolute safety to build her strength for whatever comes next, then it's all gonna fall apart.
I had the same fear, but honestly, I'm feeling a little bit better after seeing the next season previews, just because it does look like they're finally starting to really escalate things, starting with the next season.
Right. It's just a question of whether it's going to justify all of the touchy-feely in the first season.
That's a tough question. And unfortunately, that's something that it's like saying how long is a rope. We're not going to be able to figure that out just yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I grabbed my list here of the stuff I finished this year. Some other ones I put up there. Let me see here. Other ones I put some of my top shows. Interview with Monster Girls, that was excellent. That was a well executed show, and I just really enjoyed it. Saga of Tawny the Evil, I thought was really good. That's probably been like that's up there. Let me see where else here. Another one I really enjoyed was the second season of New Game. I thought that was really fun. That was really good.
I like New Game.
Yeah,
my roommate really liked it too.
Yeah, another one I put on my top is actually one from this year. Would be this season that just finished. Kanahana Kitan. That just was so cute. I mean, yeah, was it the best written show? No, but I just thought it was superbly well done.
That's a show that I plan on marathoning in January.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's cute. And I mean, there are some times where you kind of see they cut some of the budget. But yeah, it's just cute start to finish.
Let's see. For me, I'd say my shows of the years had to be excluding Ancient Magus Bride for the obvious reason that it's just not done yet.
Yeah.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid's up there. Recovery of an MMO Junkie is definitely up there. I adore that show.
Show. Not one of my favorites, but definitely a really good show.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
I'll probably get to it next year because I'm gonna try here since I'm not working tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get a few things finished. Try to start off my watch. Get some things, some backlog stuff finished up to get. I get a few shows already watched going into before I get back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah, so do I. Let's see. Numbach is definitely up there just because, honestly, Warden is Best Girl 2017.
She is.
Yeah, Numbach. Yeah. I'm just glad I gave Numbach a shot.
Let's talk.
So,
go ahead, Lydia.
Lydia, there?
She'll be back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Numbaka was great. I'm glad I gave that a shot.
That was basically just Gintama concentrate. I loved it.
Which is odd because I actually tried watching Gintama and I ended up dropping it after like 7 episodes.
I love Gintama. I do. I actually started rewatching it not too long ago just because it's such a fun show. Let's see. Other than that, Rail Tutor's definitely up there, and Little Witch Academia was just resplendent. I love that show.
Never watched it.
I recommend it. It's up on Netflix now. The whole thing.
Yeah, I'll get to it. I'm kind of balancing trying to watch anime and then trying to now kind of getting back into Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So
good show.
Yeah, I just was streaming off Netflix, and then a couple weeks ago they had it on sale. So I'm just like, the DVD set was on sale, so I'm like, well, I'll just buy it. So I bought it.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm like on season like 5 right now because I got done with next. Because when I was off work over the summer, I got finished with Next Generation, and then like because I might watch the Next Gen movies. Then I'm like, well, I'll start Deep Space Nine because that's the next one. Got through a bunch of it, and then I kind of shelved it for a while, and then I just now kind of got back into it.
Hi guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear it.
Hi, yay! That was strange. I wanted to talk about how Warden is up there with Yona for one of the best women characters that I've seen in anime.
Yeah, Warden's she's the she's great.
Agreed.
Yes. So and that is actually, I mean, that baka was just, sugar and acid combined. It was great. But she is what really made the show for me because they put her on top of all of these powerful characters and gave her authority, and everybody respected that authority. But when artists put women in authority like that, they tend to strip them of femininity, and they're even like woke ones, they're like, we're gonna make this position genderless and stuff, which is fine, but the creators of Nabaka didn't do that. She is so feminine when, about her crush on Hajime, and so she's dedicated to her position and stuff, but at the same time she still suffers from a huge heart and stuff, and it was just great, and I loved it, and I love her. I'm kind of gay for her. So
yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah,
she is Best Girl 2017.
Yeah.
I want to see more characters like her.
Agreed.
I think with Yon, it's the same thing that she's like her at least until the point where they killed the show, because I don't know, because she's not male anymore. They portrayed her as being very strong in a male sense, where she is relatable to the men, and she is able to motivate them and all this, manly stuff.
Yeah, she rises to the occasion instead of passively letting people carry her to the occasion. Which, yeah, I'm not. I realize that, it's a fantasy of a lot of people to be appreciated for what they are in the moment, right? That's something that a lot of people lack. And, women especially who perform a lot of emotional labor in their lives feel that way. But at the same time, I'm so tired of seeing it. Those characters aren't as relatable to me at all. So people like Yona and Warden are just such a breath of fresh air. And maybe the girly stuff would be able to be, not be shunted into, the sweet kissy shoujo genre if they were more relatable to all the genders, like maps and piracy.
I feel like those sentiments are marginalized and excised in the show, and especially if it's popular, it provides cover for the publisher to get rid of it.
True. Bring back Yona.
Hashtag save Yona.
I love Yona. I want her to come back.
Yeah,
so glad.
I want it to come back too. It was such a good show.
I would love to see more of it.
The manga, before it was licensed, I read up to, I think, the 50th chapter, and the manga doesn't let up. The quality it was there. So, yeah, there's plenty of stuff there, exciting stuff for people. Come on. Netflix? Maybe?
I wonder if I wonder if the what is it? If Arslan has the same problem, because the main character is very effeminate and respects women at every turn.
He really? Is he?
I mean,
Let's analyze this for a second, because this is interesting.
I mean, it seemed like it to me.
I guess that's true. He's I guess I can see how that would be, because he carefully considers everything. He's not impulsive like a lot of like king characters are. He's not impulsive and selfish, which are, while being charismatic enough at the same time for people to instantly forgive him for it.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I just want Arslan to come back.
Yeah.
I need to see Arslan. I've never watched any of it.
You do.
You do. Watch it.
Well, you know what? I got my backlog still to work on, so maybe I'll get to it. It's on my backlog.
Watch it. It's really good. And unlike, say, Legend of Galactic Heroes, it's only a couple seasons.
Yeah. I've already watched all. Well, technically, if you actually break it down the way they released it, Legend of Galactic Heroes was 4 seasons. If you want to be, get technical here, but I already seen all the main series. I just have to see Gaiden and some of the movies, and I've seen all of I've seen all Legend of Galactic Heroes in. At least, well, you know, till the new stuff, till the new series comes out. But no, Arslan is on my backlog. It's just, you know, I'll get to it at some point.
You better.
Well, I got,
Yeah.
hey, I got all those Gundam titles to review next year. You know, all those, like, you know, 50 some episodes, you know, ones are coming out next year, so I got all them to review.
That you do.
Yeah, because obviously I'm a shitlord, and I'm plus I'm also a glutton for punishment. So
It was a welcome follow up from what is it called? Tell me if I'm wrong about this, but Lord Commander and Vanadis.
Lord Marksman.
Marksman Bandit.
yeah,
Lord
And to be fair,
Marksman, right?
I actually really liked that show.
I got to think like
I love that show, and I was really sad that it ended in one season.
What's
yeah,
this?
I got I think like all but like I think like 2 or 3 episodes to go, and I just tapped out. Like I'm done.
What's that show about?
Let's see.
You know,
It was about a guy who
Arrows
shoots bow and
and-
arrows, and like some reason was also quite bloody and not censored, which was a nice change of pace, I will say.
Anthony didn't get much out of it. What did you guys get out of it?
Well, there was other stuff, but that's one thing I remember. It was just that, I mean, it wasn't like graphic. It was just like people get shot with the arrows and they bleed, but you know they want censor. Like sometimes you get the screen would darken all of a sudden, you know, even though it'd be like middle of the day.
So was it just like a hack and slash, you guys, or what?
No, there was other stuff.
It's basically a fantasy harem series. The harem elements aren't played up as much as they probably could have been with other series, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, it was basically a fantasy harem series.
yeah. I was going to say this.
Slash, magic, and all sorts of good stuff.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. That was it was kind of it was a harem, but with a tactics focus, and the tactics were interesting
Oh, good.
to me.
Yeah, that does sound
And-
interesting to me too.
Yeah.
So I got a question for all of you. What was your biggest disappointment this year?
Well, other than Classroom of the Elite would kind of fill that one, but I kind of didn't like that show from the beginning, and because if it would have been for a weekly chat, I never would have watched the thing because that was not on my watch list. Let me.
I think Classroom of the Elite was mostly just we were scrambling for a show because the ones that we wanted to do, like every single one was getting snapped up by anime strike. So he said, "All right, this is running next week. Let's go with it."
Yeah. Let's see. What would I say?
Don't know if I have a show that was a disappointment to me. I think Blue Exorcist Kyoto Saga could have been a little better, but just because I didn't care for the time skip. But I mean, other than that, it was a decent show. So I don't know if I have a show that was like that I was like really looking forward to and felt let down by.
I almost hate to enter this because I didn't watch very much this year for reasons I can't really explain. I'm not really sure, but the show that I followed the most was Food Wars, and I at the end of this year, I'm not feeling as great about this show as I used to. And the reason is because it's changed to a what's the word?
Rinse and repeat.
Yes. It's changed to a fight versus flight kind of thing, and well, as a shonen style anime, we know what the main character is going to do.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting a bit, well, not a bit. It's getting way repetitive now. And
Yeah.
and the reason why is going to be repetitive, of course, because again, it's a shonen anime for cooking, but they dialed back the intrigue and the drama too much, I think.
Well,
They just like sprinkled it in like spice instead of helping it drive the show.
And
I mean, I don't know if I would agree with what you just said, but you're right in the sense that they're turning it into a straight up tournament fighting anime, because they're giving the main character no choice but to go into that funnel, and that's what I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that there is no alternative. I don't like that there is no diversity in this vision, in this vision of where the show could go.
He's not growing up at all. He's still just as big of a boob as he was when he started because of that fact. So there's no character development for the main character. I like all of the other characters better at this point.
And even your new villain, Irina's father, is really just your typical two-dimensional cardboard character. He's basically just there to be the bad man. Like, honestly.
Right, but it's like it's worse than that, because the current first seat, Tsukasa, he is completely subscribed to that man's mad vision, and it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense that Tsukasa would be subscribed to that at all. Like, it's like, and I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the show, but it is a detriment to the show.
It is.
That this has happened.
The only thing that makes sense to me, is if he was like, manipulated by the dad or whatever. And I like how they hinted that the top 10 or whatever, some of the people were, deciding to just use him like he's using them or whatever. But they don't develop the intrigue enough to really cash in on that, I don't think. So I don't know. I kind of agree with Matt Senpai. I'm kind of like, where's this gonna go? Meh.
I guess maybe it's a good thing I've actually never watched anything Food Wars. So
first two seasons were fantastic. It's just this third one, it just feels like it's falling apart.
I do like that they went back to equal opportunity fan service. I'm not gonna lie. I was disappointed in the second season when they only showed the girls. But now boys can have foodgasms too. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, I think where it's falling apart is that it's so contrived. I mean, I know enough about food to know that there isn't this consensus among the food world. There isn't, like, what the mastermind of this bullshit is trying to achieve is impossible in any sophisticated modern society. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Yep. That's the same in any art, really. In any occupation, really.
Mm.
I mean, even like, I'm friends with a lot of like ethologists and, animal trainers and stuff. And there are general philosophies, but there are no one does the same exact thing at the high levels.
Mm.
So we pretty much covered my.
Yeah.
We've pretty much covered my trifecta of disappointments. my falling out with maybe falling out with Food Wars, and my reluctant falling out with Yona, which I would love to see going on, but it's not going to. And my ditto with Arslan, which I would be so happy to see that going on forever and ever and ever, or at least 5 more years. I'm not picky, but I just don't see it happening, and I'm freaking crazy.
Why though? Is it because Arslan is like? I mean, you would think that they would just. I mean, the artist is obviously successful. We have Full Metal Alchemist. And I don't know, like, why wouldn't? Is it because it's more, like, subtle, I guess, than Full Metal Alchemist? You don't have cut and dry good.
I don't know, and
evil.
and I don't know, and the same, I have the same question for Yona. I have no inkling. I have no suspicion which would justify that show not continuing.
It's a shoujo. How many shoujos go on for more than 2 seasons? Unless it's really crappy boys' love.
In this day and age, not many.
I don't know. I mean, the shoujos that I've actually attached to lasted for at least 4 seasons. So I don't know. This is new for me.
Mm.
In this day and age, not many, unfortunately. I mean, the days where, say, Utena could get 39 episodes or Fushigi Yugi could get 52 are long over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the last one that I really attached to and loved was Full Moon.
I haven't seen that one.
Seriously?
Seriously? Have I? Let me look it up real quick.
Full Moon was Sagaste.
Yeah, I know I haven't.
That I really love that show. it really it abused the notion of how many times you could play the same song in an episode, but I honestly I love the hell out of that show.
I can say I haven't
watched
seen
all of it.
Yeah, I recommend it too. Matt jumped me in on it many years ago. Just like he did with City Hunter. By the way, watch City Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter.
I have a lot to do. Oh my gosh.
I think that was my last Maho Shoujo show that I watched, and the one before that was Fancy Lala, which I also loved.
Fancy Lala was great. It was basically the anime version of Big.
Yes, and I loved it for that.
Speaking of Utena, that's my review after I get done with Orange.
Classic show.
It'll be fun.
I have Utena, just never really got to see it.
Oh man, I feel so old. I remember buying it on VHS, then getting genuinely upset because Central Park Media, for some reason, only licensed the first arc, the Student Council Saga, and they didn't license anything else. So there was this weird 10-year gap between the Student Council saga hitting VHS, then DVD, then another 5 years or 6 years before the Black Rose saga came out.
That's the one you told me that I'd like, right? That part.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's twisted. Awesome.
Yep. Black Rose went some really dark places. I loved it.
Yes.
I will probably get. Well, I'll get to it in the future. It's in my backlog.
I'll be doing a teardown video once I get the set in from Tursi. They had that manufacturing error, which means that the rings got lost in shipping. So it's been delayed until they can get those back in.
I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely enjoy. I'm interested in seeing your thoughts on that one. Let's see.
Sorry,
well, I was gonna say I'm still trying to figure out what my next review is, but then I remember I have like 7 or 8 like reviews in the queues. So
What, Matt Senpai?
I was gonna say I feel like by the time we reach 10 p.m. we should just start talking about the stuff that we love the most, because then it'll sustain us until midnight.
So true. The love of a nerd is limitless. It's
Yes, it is.
infinite.
Yes, it is.
Warden.
Oh, speaking to our listeners, my latest review went up last night. If anybody wants to read, where I reviewed Double Zeta Gundam, and I didn't shit on it like most people do.
Pew pew. Really?
A lot of people don't like it, but it had, because the big problem is, and I kind of admit it is a big issue, is that Zeta is very dark. Only because Tamina was depressed. When Tamina's depressed, he becomes Kill 'Em All Tamino, which happens at the end of Zeta. A lot of named people die. So Double Zeta starts off with being a comedy for about a good chunk of the series, and then it goes dark. It's just going from a very dark series to comedy kind of doesn't work. Like, if it was standalone, I would say it would be fine. Like, if it was, say, Double Zeta was, like, say, if this was, like, all, say, AU stuff and it was, to say, a standalone series, that would have been fine. I've been okay with that, but it doesn't work when it works as a sequel to a very dark you go from one dark show to, hey, let's start the first episode with the clip show, and then the second one is comedy, where you have the main character throwing oranges at Bright and other people. Yeah, I end up liking it in the end because I think it's good. It's just not what it could have been.
What was Matt Senpai gonna say? I think I heard him trying to talk.
He was trying to say something, and I kept talking because I'm an asshole.
You are.
Yeah, I know I am.
Just look at chat.
Gosh, follow the rules. Otherwise, it's anarchy, Anthony.
Sometimes I wish I could tell my callers that at work, but I'd get in trouble, so.
Oh, don't take out your work frustrations on us.
I try not to. I took them out of my parents the other night, so.
Okay, well, better your parents than your puppies.
No, because I still yelled at them and then I apologized.
That's good, I think. I'm sure they understood.
They do, because they know I don't want. No, I'm not going to say it because it's public record, so I'll shut up now.
Now that I scolded him and made everything awkward.
No, Matt was going to say something, but I kept talking, so.
Okay. Gosh. I guess being a big sister comes in handy. Keep all the children in line. Although I'm not the oldest one here. Matt Senpai. I don't know. It's really hard for me to rank things, you guys. Like, if I love something, I don't don't set them up in order of how much I love them. It's either I do or I don't.
That's pretty normal, actually. A lot of us, for when I do these lists, it's usually just I like these in no specific order, you know.
Yeah, I have trouble, but that's why I started now. Like, I started to get a little more specific with my ratings. So then, because if I rate two things the same thing, then I'm probably have to sit and think of like, okay, why is this show? If I gave both shows say 4.5 out of 5, then I have to sit and try to think, okay, why is this 4.5 better than this other 4.5?
Because
it is.
I kind of developed in order as a coping mechanism, not out of any kind of professional motivation. I developed a subjective rating and then an objective rating. And the objective rating is, technical things like directing and cinematography and music and stuff like that. And then the subjective one is how much did I like this show?
Yeah, I only care about your subjective rating. Just full disclosure.
Yeah.
That's why now I started with my ratings. I went down. Though it's odd because I use Anime Planet to track my stuff I watch. Well, they only have it's whole star or half. They don't have anything like quarters or 3/4. So I went to it personally. I started doing that to help me more with this show is good, but not like if I say okay, well this show's a 4.25, where I think this show's 4.5, where of course I'll give it maybe the same grade of the thing, but then I know on my own kind of way of marking it, I'm like, okay, well I know this show I rated the same, but I think this was better than this one.
That's why I hate Netflix now. Because they a while ago they dropped the star ratings and now they have the thumbs up. And seriously, they recommend me things like Neo Yokio.
Never
Oh man, I get the same thing.
This is a cartoon. You like cartoons. Here, watch this. You'll like it. We promise 98% of people like this.
They don't recommend that for me because I somehow watched it in our living room one day. And somehow, because we have Xfinity, so of course we can get it through our X1 box. Well, my account was still logged in, and my dad watched a lot of like that alien stuff. So he's watching like one of those alien shows, and then of course I go on my thing I'm watching, and it's like you might like, and of course it's one of those shows I don't like, stuff from the History Channel or one of those alien shows. And I'm like, well, I know what I am like. Well, there's only one reason why that's on my list, and I said because Dad watched it.
Yeah, well, if that rating system is bunk.
Well, I never rate stuff on Netflix, so
it used to be good. Like I share an account with my bestie, and he's a huge movie snob. So if things would come up, in the recommendations, I knew that it was gonna be good. And same with my anime watching and stuff. But now I'm like, it's like the Wild West again.
Yeah.
That's why I just do ratings for my personal usage, because then it's easier.
What, man, senpai?
I'm not saying it was aliens.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Netflix. Wow.
That is, I'm not saying. I am not saying that. I am not saying that. That is what I'm not saying.
But it was.
But are we sure? He said it wasn't. But his tone
speaks otherwise.
I'm
saying
probably
I'm in charge.
no.
I'm in charge.
This isn't subtle at all. I'll be right back. You guys have to get another drink. Also, my puppy needs up.
Take care of the pupper. Oh man.
Take care of the drink.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh man, but yeah.
I'd this is gonna sound mushy, but I'm happy to be spending tonight with you guys.
Likewise.
Yeah, same.
As always, never take
Even
my
LB,
As always, never take my silence for disapproval. I'm just constantly
no,
things.
I take your commentary for disapproval as well. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, if I say your shit's bad and you should feel bad, then you should be worried.
Or if you say my shit's good, then I know you're lying and I should feel bad.
Oh man.
I could stand to do that too. I find myself in a position a lot of times, I would say, where I like what somebody has written, but I need to shock them into writing it better. And what I say and what I mean is definitely incongruent.
Mm.
Like, I mean, I know you've dealt with my method before, where I may say things about your work that are on the surface derogatory, where I might say that you have no future in this business. I didn't actually say those specific words, but I've said similar, where I'm trying to suggest to you that it's not going to work out the way you've written it.
Mm.
Lucky for me, I don't have a side business where I exploit women or have an addiction to child porn. So that's what's going for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that all this is live.
Oh yeah, it's all being broadcasted to the world, to our one concurrent viewer.
How many people do we have? Oh, just one?
Yeah, we had
Perfect.
It's been going up and down.
Did you or do you have a post on your site when this is
Oh god,
going
yeah.
on?
Oh god, yeah. It's went up and down across social media and the site. So
cool.
Yeah, like I said, it started off stronger. It's just stuff like this. Naturally, the interest wanes the longer you go into it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well,
Thank
just to be clear, I can't start on Blackish, but I can start on Drunkish.
Are we talking? What are we talking about? I want in on this. I don't know what it is, but it sounds fun.
I think Matt just came up with a brand new drinking game.
Yeah.
I am falling apart at 2 hours from midnight.
Shoot. What'd you say? We go till about. What do you say? We go till about 10 o'clock and call it a night.
Yeah.
Because I think
that's fine.
I think you're starting to lose it, Matt.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. So
I am going. I'm going to be awake past midnight. So whatever you want to do, Mike, I will be live as long as you want me to.
All right. How about we
Same.
run? All right. Well, we started around 20 after 8 o'clock. So how do we make it an even 2 hours? Go till about 20 after 10. That'll give us the full 2.
Okay.
All right.
Great, and let's do 2 hours beyond that.
Dude, I'm an introvert. I barely talk as it is.
Well,
Does your brain need a break? It'll melt.
You can continue barely talking while myself and whoever decides to stay on talks until midnight. It's fine.
That could work.
I mean, Mike, you can't pretend that you're not going to be awake while all this is happening.
Maybe there's work in his inbox right now.
I have some editing work to do on a project right now.
Damn it, Chief! I knew it.
I was aiming to finish one that runs for about 63 pages tonight.
Oh my god. You have a problem.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm a workaholic.
I'm not.
I am game. Well, you can drop off anytime you want to, Anthony. I am game for whatever we want to do for the rest of the night, as long as I'm awake.
Okay, don't pass out.
This is not going to happen anytime soon.
Okay.
As my slurring should should indicate.
It's fine.
Like,
Just drink water too.
Seriously, I am old enough to know that as long as I'm slurring, I do not want to go to sleep because it will not go well for me the next morning.
This is true.
Mm.
Everybody, if you're drinking, follow Madison Pie's example and drink responsibly.
That's the one thing I could say I've always done. For the most part, I am not going anywhere.
Good.
Good.
All right, so what are we going to talk about that is not alcohol?
Hmm.
I think we are all, well, I'm a social introvert, so I do need these little pauses between topics, even though I'm really talkative.
Yep, me too.
So sorry for the dead air, everybody. When we take a break.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bail out here. I got it.
All right. Have a nice night, man.
Yep, it was fun being here, and I hope 2018 is a good year for everybody.
Likewise.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yep. Talk to you guys later.
Have a
Take
good
it easy.
night.
Yep.
Happy New Year.
And same to you.
Well then,
We are down to the 3.
Yep.
the AD3 or something.
Or something.
Rest in peace, Anime Dream.
Yeah, that was a dumb name for the room.
Yeah. Well,
I should
you have to remember it
I
was.
should have just called.
You have to, sorry. I was just saying, you have to remember, before we also had an invite to Benji, so, who was going to be the third member of the 83, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I'm not going to dwell on this, but I don't know what happened to him. I don't know why he. I knew he was kind of a shut-in, but I didn't know why he stopped talking to us too.
Is this for people who aren't aware, Anime Dream was kind of the predecessor of Anime Herald, right?
Yeah, Anime Dream was originally founded as a, what do you call it, a pet project, Matt, for Nicole Kirk from RPG Fan?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I would characterize it as it's not a predecessor to Anime Herald, but um, but Mike was staff for Anime Dream until just before I decided to kill Anime Dream.
I stayed till it was over. Remember?
Well, it was maybe a couple of months, maybe a few months between the point where you started AH and I decided to kill AD.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. You know, I was really. I'm not sure because I was really sad about what I was about to do. I don't know.
Transitions are hard.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
stopping something is hard.
Yeah. Especially after you put a lot into it, because you have a career too. And so it was kind of your baby, right?
Yeah, I mean, eventually I didn't feel bad about it, but when I first did it, I definitely did. Initially I had a thing for Nicole, and I actually met her, and my opinion changed, and hers did as well, I'm sure. And then she pretty much completely checked out, and I ran the site for a while, and it was really fun. I loved it, but toward the end, I was trying to get more creative. I was trying to find a reason to stick with it, and eventually, I just figured out that I didn't want to do that anymore.
And then Anime Herald was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, sometime before that, Mike started Anime Herald, and I
Oh,
was
okay.
completely supportive of it.
Let's see. I started Anime Herald in September 2010, I think it was, and at that point we were kind of having the initial discussions on. I know Matt was kind of getting ready to wind things down, and I just didn't want to stop, so I just went there.
Yeah, I really loved our coverage at the turn of the 2010 year, where we we still had a few more staff besides you and I. And
yeah.
And we just we put out our favorite anime of the decade in various ways, and that was really fun. And maybe that was the end, but I hadn't accepted it completely at that point. But I was completely supportive of your taking the mantle, as it were.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you were entirely supporting me going on my own there, and like I said, I was there till the end. I helped you wrap up and everything. Remember?
Yeah, you were, you were always the news guy. I mean,
And even today,
I did it for a while. Yeah, I mean, I did it for a while, and I didn't really like it. That was no secret. And you took that on, and Anime Herald was born and or gained popularity as a news site, and that was your thing, and you like it.
that's what I do. I mean, that's always been kind of my knack, because even in college, I was just that geeky guy that sat there and read the Japanese sites.
Yeah.
But I will admit, my first year and a half on Anime Herald was weird. I did some weird shit on there.
What'd you do?
Well, go through the first year of our archive, and you'll see some really where I tried to get an avant-garde with certain things. It did not work. It came out weird, like super freaking weird. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Was it like the middle school years of Anime Herald?
Oh god, it was the awkward teenagers. Yeah, that was where I was trying to find a voice and a message. So I just kind of throwing shit out and seeing what sticks,
Mm-hmm.
and it just did not work. Like there was a lot of stuff that was just awkward or weird or just yeah. The less said, the better. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, the site that I inherited was not, I would say, fully baked. But I think the internet was more forgiving when I came up. Like, I was. I'm trying to think of when I really got into this. I think it was. I can't say which year, but it was. I was into RPGs, and I became infatuated with RPG Fan, and I found their forums, and I was contributing a lot, and that's how I met Nicole, and she's a really great person. She's very, very strong-willed, and kind of inspiring, but then she moved on, and I don't know how exactly I came to take her place, but I guess it's just because nobody else did. And
I'm glad you did, because I really like your reviews, and I like.
Thank you.
I like the way you edit too. You don't make reviews anymore, but you do some editing for Anime Herald.
Which I greatly appreciate.
As do I. You can be cynical and sardonic without being offensive, and that's a trait that is really rare, I think. And so, like, I think when the first and hardest review I've written for Anime Herald is the Serial Experiments Lane, and you helped me edit that. So
I remember that because Lane was the first series of reviews that I did for Anime Dream before before Nicole decided that she didn't want to run the site anymore. And that was very, very, very hard. Lane, oh my god, I don't even now. I don't even know how to characterize that show because it's.
Well, I mean, it deals with human consciousness, and so it is suitably, it's suitably weird. It's suitably weird, complicated, and magical.
Yeah, I think for me it was the visual that really threw me off because when you and I think they even call attention to this too, that the wires above every possible vantage point, right? There's wires everywhere, and if you've ever been to Europe or any place with a sophisticated transit system, then you know that there's wires all over the place because they are guiding the trains.
Yeah.
And I found that fascinating because I've been to Germany before that, and I never even noticed the wires. It's like,
well,
I get on the train and it takes me to someplace else really fast.
Yeah, it wasn't the fact that they were there. It was the fact that they used it as a cudgel in an otherwise subtle visual narrative to be into you all of the different meanings that wires have in our lives. They mean electricity, they mean transportation, they mean connectivity, they mean human interaction, they mean commerce, so they have all these, like subtle things, and then suddenly wires, bam. and then like, what's going on, more subtle things, and then bam. So it was kind of jarring to me. They laid off of it later on in the series, and I got happier about it. But in the first few episodes, it was just wow.
I think I mean a similar thing in the sense that just as a comedian points out something that's obvious to everyone, but they don't see the humor in it. There's these wires just ever present, and that really got to me.
Oh, okay.
Because of what I've been through, I've been to places where that is the scenery. If you look at Cologne, Germany, or Berlin, or Munich, as you approach those places, you see nothing but wires all over the place in the sky as you approach the city, because the train doesn't give you much other scenery to look at.
We need more trains.
We do.
I want more trains.
I do love trains.
Train tracks are cheaper to maintain than roads too. Like, I don't understand why we don't have more.
We won't get into that tonight.
Oh yeah, okay.
We won't get into that one tonight because I think they'll get us all ranting.
It's true.
I think we have time. I'm sure we have time, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I want a pony too, so there are a lot of things that I want. A pony.
Ponies cannot transport you at 240 kilometers per hour. I mean, who cares about ponies?
You take that back. Apologize to ponies everywhere.
I mean, if you make a train that's called Pony, then okay.
I would love that train. I'm easily amused. No, but that was, I think that was the first time you edited for me, Matt. And that's what I started calling you Matt Senpai, because you really helped with my confidence and finding my voice. I was still trying to find my my non-technical writing voice at that time. So good job. Thank you.
Thank you. I do remember that, but I don't remember for sure that that was the first one.
Yeah, because the first one I wrote was for Fractal, and that was the one that got me in, I think, to Anime Herald.
I am so sorry for sending you Fractal.
Well, I agree with your methodology, actually, to send people weird, kind of slightly marginal stuff to see how how they handle it.
That actually came about because I had someone run off with some of the with like 3 new releases once.
Wow. That's so rude.
Oh yeah, they've been blacklisted.
I mean, Mike is pretty cheeky about this, but I've also had instances where I brought on somebody and they made off with all the screeners and didn't do anything. So.
So that's why the spreadsheets started up for me. I started having to audit everything because I had a couple cases of people just ran off with shit. So I'm like,
I mean, Lydia, I remember the first thing that I commented on for you. I think you were the first person that I remember to actually push back and I don't know, subtly indicate that I wasn't treating you fairly, and I think you were right in that instance. So that was a little...
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. And part of that is because, when somebody comes in, and this is for any creators, when you have somebody with more experience than you come in and edit, a lot of us are kind of conditioned to view that person as our enemy, as somebody that's going to come in and criticize us and change us, And so our guards are automatically up and stuff like that. But that's not how I view editing at all. I view editors as my allies. And just like they view me as a tool to produce things, I also view them as a tool to get better. and editors are friends, and so when somebody comes in with a perspective and I can't immediately understand that, I'm going to start trying to analyze them and what they're trying to say, to understand that better. And that's probably where you felt the pushback. I was challenging you to explain yourself so that I could apply in and find my voice, because at this time my writing was still pretty timid.
I mean, for my part, I didn't see that at all. I think that you were I think that you were confident in your in your writing, maybe not so much as your continuity in all of it, and it made me reevaluate what I was looking at, and that was a learning experience for me. So I think it was all good.
Yay, we all learned something. Yay. But yeah, it's been good. I really enjoyed being a part of Anime Herald.
That's all I can hope for.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, for my part, I just hope that I make all of you ornery enough to really critique my stuff when I am actually contributing again.
I think see, your reviews are different from a lot of people's because you like you said, you're focused on your experience rather than communicating what it's all about mostly. And I mean, you managed to communicate what it's all about to explain your experience, but it's a different nuance. So your reviews are completely different animals from mine. Except for in some cases, like with I've purged its name from my memory because it was awful.
Romantica.
Yes, that one. Thank you.
The one where you asked me to add my own 2 cents, and I put it.
Well, I needed it because I'm an outsider, right? I needed to make sure that I'm not completely.
Romantica. Oh man, that show is awful.
Oh,
Did you read that review, Matt?
oh, what? I didn't.
Read it.
I suddenly want to.
Yes, you read it, and you might. I might get praised by senpai because I did not hold back. Like you were pushing me before to not dial back my personality when I was writing reviews so much.
And I've been pushing you on that too.
Yeah, you both have been, and
I think it's funny that most of my edits for this were actually bringing more of you out because I knew your thoughts on the show when you were talking about it. And I was saying these ambivalent statements. I'm like, no, this isn't right.
You're like, this is not how she feels. She's being too kind to this.
Exactly.
She's too fair. She doesn't feel this fair.
It's like, no, if you hate this show, come down and crush it. Because, yeah.
Yes. Crush it.
I mean, like I said, if there's a pissed off publisher, I'll be the one standing to defend your work. I mean, I've already had to do that with Seth's work with that interview with
yeah.
Oh shoot, my brain's blanking out right now. It's let's see.
The president of Aniplex America.
Yeah, I won't get into that one on stream because honestly, I don't feel like opening that can of worms, but
you can link to it.
Yeah. But Henry, go talk. There we go. But let me say this. I have never seen my inbox blow up that fast with that many Aniplex email addresses at the same time.
Wow. Wow. Brand management is serious business, everybody.
But I stand behind it. We fought back. We kept it like 99% unchanged. I think there was like one phrase that we conceded on, but everything else was we were able to keep it. Like I said, I genuinely angered them, but you know what? I stand by the work because I value you guys and your work far more than anything else because that's what we're here for. We're here to deliver a quality product for our readers, and that's why our readers are paying us now. By the way, we're on Patreon. Patreon.com/AnimeHerald.
That's so exciting, you guys. I'm so happy that we're ad-free now.
Yeah, the only ones we have left are expiring in Robert's Anime Corner Store is expiring on January 19th. I sent him his final notice and a thank you about a week ago, and Mick Costumes runs through March. Then we're done with our ads entirely, completely gone.
Yay!
And I
No
mean
more
that
ads.
because while I appreciate having great partners to work with, let's be honest, everyone deserves one place where they don't have to deal with having products pushed in their face 24/7, you know?
It's true.
Well, and I'm about to lie about everything right now, but for the record, the black eye on Mike's Anime Herald logo is completely inflicted by not Robert's Anime Corner Store.
Oh, man. That is not a black eye. That's a shading thing.
What are you talking about, Matt?
I think that's our cue to cut it open. I think that's our cue to cut it off.
No, I was totally joking. It's actually Aniplex.
Yeah, I think that's our cue to cut it off tonight. So anyway,
Well,
that's a
well, at least turn off the live stream and let us talk.
that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Happy New Year.
You guys, you stay
Happy
steady,
New Year.
okay? Drink responsibly. Think good thoughts.
Have a nice night, everybody.
Bye bye.